Liverpool, everybody, just checking in. Appreciate everybody's continued support. You guys know who you are. Um, as I always say, man, we like doing these videos because we like doing it. But numbers and views and all that. It is what it is. We don't expect a whole lot, but it was kind of nice to see the views highly up after a game like that and the thumbs up. So that was cool. Appreciate that. As far as people who are curious about my shirt, that's a shirt I made, the Gegenpress shirt. And honestly, I don't really buy too much from the store, the official club store. I prefer to do things on the cheap, to be honest, and that's why I kind of cut the cost, get the materials, get the T-shirt, maybe buy the badges or whatever, and make my own stuff. That's kind of what it's coming from. I've gotten a shirt or two from the club site years ago, but everything else is like vintage. I got a goalkeeper shirt, vintage, from Etsy. Just Google stuff, look around, it's out there. But that's just me. Some people like paying the expensive, whatever it is, to get a jersey or whatever like that. I prefer to do things that'll be original, which is why I make shirts like Gegenpress and any other LFC shirts you see me wearing. But I want to talk about the game a little bit more and this whole idea of luck. For years, we probably said the same thing about those United teams. We may have said that about some of the Chelsea teams, City. Every team needs a bit of fortune, but as Klopp always says, it's one thing to have luck, and you need that, fortune and all that, but it's one thing to make your own luck. And Liverpool, in my opinion, are showing that they're making their own luck. Not long ago, a game like that, you might see some panic. And I think you still are seeing some in the fan base, which, look, people are human. I'm not going to knock the fans. I've talked about the fans enough on this platform. I don't really need to be bringing it up anymore. It is what it is. We know what it is. People who are there know it. They might try to say it's not true, and what do I know because I'm not at games or whatever, but I have ears, and I know what the situation is. And Klopp's celebration at the end, where he's doing this, what do you think that's for? Because there's probably some moaning, some groaning. There's times when the camera shows Klopp looking at the fans, and Klopp doesn't ask a lot. And I think Klopp's thinking, look, what more do I need to do? You know what I mean? And also, let me say this. I left a comment on Half Hope's channel, and you guys know me, I'm always gonna be real. And I don't need to prove how much of a supporter I am, and I could care less if people think I'm not. There was a comment, I made a comment to say, there was a sequence, there was a period in Half Hope's Sunday night hangout where he was asking if Liverpool are winning the league, is this it? Is this it for Chelsea? And look, and my comment in the comment section was, I wasn't able to make it for the hangout, but my comment was, look, I get the people on this channel who are hesitant to say Liverpool can win. Liverpool have never proven that they can win a Premier League. We just haven't. And then someone said 97 points, and they haven't proven that they can. No, they haven't. So you're a points merchant, okay? I'm not hooping and hollering about getting 97 points and almost beating City. We didn't do it. And it's a disappointment, and I think that's why you're seeing this strong sense of character. Brendan Rodgers, what's up? This strong sense of the mentality Giants, as silly as it might sound for people, it's just true. Because this team knows that they were that close and they're going to achieve it this year. Same thing with the Champions League. We lost to Madrid, came back. Yeah, we play Spurs, whatever. You play who you got to play, you beat who you got to beat. But the fact of the matter is we came back and did one better. And last year I used the word spiritual a lot. I'm not going to go into that. What I am going to say is destiny. I think it is early. There's 30 more games, I think, 30, 31, something like that. It's not over. But I'm a supporter of Liverpool, so I can be as excited as I want. But at the end of the day, you don't win a trophy for getting 97 points, for almost beating City. We didn't do it. You could say we effectively bottled it. Now, I don't care if anyone disagrees with that. That's my opinion. We didn't come that close and almost beat City out of luck or anything like that. But it shouldn't have been an almost. That's just the truth. Some of the games that we drew that we needed to win. Prime example, I think that it was a weekend where City lost to Newcastle, I believe it was. And I think we drew to that same Leicester side. Drawn to Everton. All these games we could have gotten points out of. And so what I'm saying is some of these situations are still happening. The Chelsea game late was a little tricky. That could have been something. Sheffield United, we know what that was about. Pulled that one out. This game, again, chances. And this whole thing that Leicester deserved something, did they really, bruh? We controlled that whole, they had one shot on target, one. The Pryor shot, I think it was in the first or second half, was far left or right if you're facing the way the keeper is. So they had one shot, they took it. Good for them. They don't deserve anything. And if they were unlucky, they may have been unlucky because, you know, it got to the point where it was 1-1. They would have been happy for a draw, but we willed that win. They weren't unlucky because, you know, they were so great in the game. Look, Leicester's a fine team. They came to play on the counterattack, soak up pressure, try to catch us on the counter, get Vardy over the top. They weren't really successful at that. I mean, there wasn't really any great moments, in my opinion, moving forward with the ball that Leicester had. I mean, Vardy was totally out of the game. The one chance he had, Adrian did well, came up, cleaned it out. Without touching him, Vardy is a guy who likes to dive over and all that. Let's be real, no left foot, speed merchant. So we shut him completely out of the game. And people, Maddison had a goal, great, okay. You know what I mean? And stuff like that, you know, it shouldn't happen. When I look at that sequence back again, Fabinho is on a yellow card. You know, Maddison's quick. Fabinho is not as fast as he is, I wouldn't imagine. He has long legs. You could say, oh, you know, do a tactical foul there, whatever. Maybe, but you're risking getting a red card, right? So you get it. But there was, I mean, I don't know what Van Dijk or Lovren or whoever's doing on that situation. I talked about it before. Adrian probably could have made that save, but who am I to really knock Adrian, as great as he's been to this club in these first couple of months? So, yeah, it doesn't bother me that people say, look, it is what it is. You know, it's people love to hate Liverpool. They do. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So, but for me, it's about righting the wrong of last season. That was a wrong. I'm sorry. I know there's Liverpool supporters who want to celebrate that we got 97 points in any other year. We would have won it. It's not any other year, though. It was last year, and we didn't take the chances that we had to knock it off. City were basically giving us the title last season, in my opinion. Basically giving it to us. To go a whole season and lose one game, yeah, you should be winning the league, but we didn't. Numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just so important to be getting these games. And we're saying it every week now. Sheffield was that game we're like, man, we're going to look back on it. We're going to look back on that for sure, but we're definitely going to look back on this Leicester game because conceding that goal late, again, there was maybe some panic and I watched the game again, and I was wrong about City fans leaving and them maybe getting some over Wolverhampton because there were some Liverpool fans leaving as well. I saw you guys. I saw you. And my thing is this. I'm not better than any other supporter, but watching Liverpool this long, I'm not leaving. If I have the chance, the privilege to go to Anfield ever, when I do, I should say, because we definitely will be going, I'm not leaving that stadium. I'm not leaving that stadium early. You know, if it's 5-0, okay. You know what I'm saying? But it's 1-1. And we know what Liverpool are capable of doing in these games. So, I don't know. I'd hate to leave and then get home or halfway home or just leave the stadium and not see how we actually won the game in the last minute, which is basically what we did. So, just much love, much credit to this team, man, because, again, as corny as it may sound, as cliche, as silly as it may sound, mentality giants. That's what we are. And no one can take that away from us. So, you know, Klopp is doing everything he can with this team and more. And, you know, I think if Lovren had a performance that Gomez had midweek, and shout out to Gomez, if anything, the best thing that could have happened for Gomez is Lovren playing that well. I say that because this is what you need, healthy competition. Now, is Lovren going to play 10 straight games? No. I mean, obviously not. Matip's going to be back soon, and even if he wasn't, you got to believe he'd probably mix it between him and Gomez. But you got to give credit to Lovren. You know, if he had a game that Gomez had, people would be abusing him on Twitter, asking the club why they haven't let him go already. Lovren stepped up. I can't say it enough. There were so many people saying that Vardy was going to have a field day against him. Vardy didn't have a field day against anybody. Sometimes I wonder if he was even on the field. God damn it. So, you know, I mean, and also let me speak about Mane real quick. 50 goals in 100. Shout out Mane, doing his damn thing. And again, coming up clutch. He's the one that's coming up clutch. For the goal, winning the pin. A lot of times that goes unnoticed. Not unnoticed, but a lot of times it's the person who makes the penalty. And fair enough, because that's, you know, in a game like that, you got to have nerves of steel. You got to have straight ice cold water in your veins. You know what I mean? Like, so that's good. But Mane, again, won the penalty. You cannot forgive that. You cannot forget that. Won the penalty in Champions League. That's just as important. if not the most important, because obviously the guy who makes the penalty wouldn't have had the penalty if the guy didn't get the penalty. And he got that penalty. Did he embellish it? Sure. Was it a penalty? In my mind, yes, 100%. So, you know, again, the refereeing wasn't great. And shout out to Dave's LSC Chats. I see you on Redman TV. They don't really get your humor, man, when it comes to the pop culture references. Milli Vanilli, Monty in the Mirror. I get it, though. So keep doing your thing. Shout out to my man Dave, LSC Chats. I know that's probably big for you to make on their channel. And I'll keep it at that. That's not something I would be too proud about necessarily. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying that's good. It seems like that's something you probably have wanted to do for a while. I know your channel's getting up there and getting recognition. Yeah. So no, yeah. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate the love and yeah, good to see you on the platform speaking about the team. I love seeing that. So but yeah, shout out to Mane for that, and then Klopp. To me, call me crazy, tactical masterclass. Leicester City aren't playing games midweek. They're not in the Champions League. They're not in the Europa League. They're chilling. They're chilling. And that's a bigger thing that we need to take away from this game. This is a team that everyone say, oh, they're so great. They could be one of the top teams. Okay, cool, and they might. We just finished playing a crazy game during the week. Klopp had to throw something different in there. What did he do? Mane right, Salah up front, Firmino on the left. You think Leicester would prepare for that? No, absolutely not. That's a tactical masterstroke. Now, it could have all been for nothing if we didn't get that penalty at the end, but still, you have to give teams a different look. You can't have them expecting exactly what you're going to do. And that small little tweak, I think, was really, really big. So, you know, again, I said it before, Salah, you have to have him playing. In fact, there's not really much we can even sub for him anyway, to be honest, in my opinion. But he just hasn't been on his game, in my opinion. Will that come? Sure, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. But Mane is just that dude right now. Like I said, Mane is one of them like kind of problem kids. You know, you disappointed him because you know he knows better, but you pat him on his back and you say, look, we'll get it next time. Mane has missed chances like that he scored in that goal. He's missed chances like that. But more times than not, in big games, in big opportunities, big moments, he steps up for us. Then that's all I'm saying. It's not about comparing him to Salah. That's just what I'm saying. That's the eye test. That's what I'm getting. That's just facts. So, no, I just wanted to come back and just talk a little bit about that, this whole luck thing and the hate that people are getting or giving towards Liverpool. I just think it's destined this year. It's a long way, and please screenshot this or screen record it and remind me of how silly I looked if we don't. But my feeling right now is that it's destiny. And this team is just fucking incredible. So spoke to Mama, you guys heard that. I'll be trying to speak to Gary later tonight. That's me for all right now. Or that's all from me right now. See you guys later.